take my seat because I leave after this.
I've gone back down here.
There's a piano back here and another
I'm going to
room.
say I've gone back. I'll be here for like over an hour.
What?
I'm phone banking after this.
Find another way to find more shares. I want to thank all of you for coming. This is a great turnout. And I want to thank you for providing support to me now that I'm in the minority. It is an 1817 minority, and the good news is that there's a extremist Republican who was elected in Nevada in a very close seat, and perhaps we can flip that for the next election and make it 1817 in the other direction. Her name is Laura Woods. She beat Rachel Zenzinger by I think about 650 votes. And that was a story with a lot of elections where it was 1,000 votes or less that decided one way or the other, which says that I think our state is pretty split. To me, what it really says is that people don't actually know what different candidates stand for. They have a general sense of what R and D mean, and it's inaccurate. But anyway, you know, I find myself in the unfortunate position of having swapped roles with Senator Kevin Lundberg from Larimer County. He is now the chair of the Health Committee, and I am now the ranking member, and he is now their assistant majority leader, and I am now just a peon. And he got my office, and I have his old office, which is actually very nice, up on 337, and it still fits my treadmill, so hopefully I won't kill anyone. I think that in the Senate we are going to see a couple of different patterns. One is that those of our legislators who are in seats that they wish they had won will see a disproportionate number of their bills go to the Kill Committee. Senator Andy Kerr put in a bill to expand full-day kindergarten funding. It went to state veterans and military affairs. Senator Kerry Donovan put in 2 bills to help rural economic development, and they both went to state affairs. And so I think that's one thing we'll see. The other thing we'll see are a number of bills, sort of like Alec has talked about, that actually the Senate press office is calling it Take Back Thursday, where there are bills that are trying to take back things that have been done before. One of the more interesting ones is called parental choice. And what's interesting about this is it gives parents choice on every decision with their children until the children are over the age of 17. So what this would get rid of is the ability for kids to go in and get checked, screened for, treated for STDs, to go to the school-based health clinics for contraceptions, and to go to, it would bring back in parental notification for abortion, and it actually specifically talks about parents having the choice about immunizations and other things. So that's one of the ones I think that has the potential to be more dangerous because, again, nice title, but what it really does for young people's rights and access to mental health, substance abuse, and health care treatment is significant. Does everybody like my earrings? Yes. These are actually IUDs. Oh. And the other part we're expecting is... Yeah, they are. The other part we're expecting is around long-acting reversible contraceptives funding in our Department of Public Health and Environment. We passed a law, unfortunately, a number of years ago that said that if something had been funded with gifts, grants, and donations, we couldn't just build it into the budget of a department. You had to run a new bill to cover it. So we had a 5-year grant, about $5 million a year, paid for long-acting reversible contraceptives, which includes IUDs and implants, like the Implanon and Norplant. And interestingly, saw a 40% increase in teenage pregnancy, a 35% decrease in abortions in our state. But as you know, candidate Beaupre labeled IUDs abortifacients, and Senator Lundberg, who chairs the Health and Human Services Committee, has also said that. So the question is whether we'll be able to get this extended in our state. I think it really would be cutting off our nose to spite our face because it's statistics. I mean, the people most likely in poverty have a single mom, and increase even more teenage mom. Also likely to finish high school, get a degree, become fiscally independent single moms. And so this is a long-range impact. Interestingly, even prisoners are more likely to have single moms. It's really incredible the impact on a person's lifestyle starting out in that situation. And so that's something I'll be quietly lobbying for everywhere I can. And unfortunately, this is one of the disadvantages of being in the minority. I think we could get that, though, through the Health Committee, and Lundberg would be the only one to vote no, but we can't get it. But the Senate President could assign it to the State Affairs Committee or whatever committee he knows it would die in. So we'll see what happens with that. I won't tell you about all my bills having a town hall a week from Tuesday at Hirschfield Towers. I want to make it come to that. It'll be 6:30 to 8 or 8:30. We have what I will say is that I'm looking forward, hopefully, being as kind as I can to everyone I can, because it's my nature and because I'd like to get some things done. I have a number of bills I think are non-controversial, and that was the path I chose. I knew that if it was controversial, it would just have to be something I wanted to message around. And so, actually, Representative Janelle in the House of Representatives will be introducing my constitutional amendment around universal health care in our state. And I will be doing milder things. Our Denver auditor has asked for permission to audit Denver Human Services, was told by the city attorney that the state law didn't let him do that, so we're going to try and change that and let him audit Denver Human Services. I think transparency is a good thing. I have friends who designated their children, their beneficiary on para, not realizing that if your child is disabled and they inherit para, they lose access to Medicaid and Social Security. And so we're going to change para a little bit to say that you could designate it to a trust to that person's name. And then running another bill around the drug overdose medication, naloxone, to make it more easily available and to allow the Harm Reduction Center to train anyone who comes in and how to use it and distribute it. And also to allow, in rural areas, our sheriffs to have access to that, because a lot of them are seeing enhanced use of heroin. The last two bills are, one is around freedom from domestic violence as a human right and creating a fatality review team. And the last one will be, it's a complicated health thing. Basically, some providers have found that if they don't contract with somebody, they can actually bill the insurer an outrageous amount of money and get paid that amount of money. And so they're billing 1,000% more than they would bill if they had a contract. So we're going to try to quash that and save some costs in health care. And that's it. Thank you so much.